3D Draper allows you to select from a number of different poses, motions, or animations, and 3D scenes. The fitting pose is the default pose as it's more suitable for draping sleeves and pant legs. However, once the draping is completed, you can select different poses or motions while the cloth simulation is running or stopped. For example, let's try different poses. Arms lifted, standing, turning left, and turning right, and a walking pose. You can also change the pose when the cloth simulation is stopped, but in this case you can expect some distortions in your garment that should get resolved once you resume the simulation. Another feature related to changing poses and motions is called transition, which you can select from the Preferences 3D window panel. When the transition option is checked, the transition between the poses and motions will be performed more smoothly. Otherwise, there will be an instant switch from one pose or motion to another. So in case you want a more predictable cloth behavior during the pose change, you might prefer to have the transition option checked. Other types of animation include some gestures, like dancing motions, turning around, and walking. We can also add some different kinds of shoes and hair during the animation. If we stop the simulation during a motion sequence, the avatar will continue moving, but the garment might get distorted. So you may need to redrape your garment. Some motions depend on the chosen 3D scene, which you can select from the Preferences 3D window panel. The default scene is called the dark scene. Then we have the light scene, as well as the mirror scene with the three-way mirror. Please note that the three-way mirror scene will require more rendering resources, which can slow down the overall 3D performance. The runway scene gives you the runway environment and also adds a runway motion to the list of possible animations. You may need to adjust your 3D camera viewpoint for a better view of the runway animation and the entire length of the runway. Another useful thing you might want to consider is to switch the 3D window into the floating mode and adjust the size of the 3D window to full screen or whatever dimensions you want. To return back into the docked state, you can use that gizmo in the window center and dock the 3D window back into the main application window. Some other scenes we have are the studio, which is sort of like a living room. You can rotate it around and view it from different angles. And finally, we have the urban scene, which includes streets and buildings. Let's select a more appropriate outfit for the street. Turn the waiting animation on, or maybe waving hello to someone. There are also some poses and animations for the male avatar. Let's try some poses. Here's the idle animation. Or a runway walk. We can also try a fitting animation in front of the mirror. You can download 3D Draper on our website at trymirror.com and try it out for yourself.